The NRG Podcast showcases industry leaders who share universal truths and lessons learned for those looking to gain inspiration, motivation, and game-changing information. Now, here's your host, Nick Roshdi.
Hello and welcome to this episode of NRG Podcast. I am your host, Nick Roshdi, and before anything, I want to say shout out to Paul, our manager here.
What a nice guy. Just don't forget the little people along the way here.
We all just love you, Paul. Welcome, everyone. I have a very special guest today. My guest is Mr. Robert Frias with HYGEA Development. How are you doing today, Rob?
Nick, I am doing fantastic. Thanks for having me here.
And he said before the show started that he once worked with the great Rick Dees at KISS FM, and you said, oh, I sort of remember Rick. Oh, my God, I felt old.
Good old Rick Dees.
Yeah, Rick Dees in the morning and KISS FM. Oh, he was great.
That's right. Rob, welcome. We're excited to have you here for all of our audience. So if you would, please take a moment and share with us about yourself and HYGEA Development.
Absolutely. First of all, I'll tell you a little bit about my background. I grew up in Southern California in Orange County, and I saw the housing movement really develop over the years. I grew up in a small community called Mission Viejo, and there was about 2,000 people that lived there. Went to school there, graduated from USC, came back, somehow stumbled into the mortgage and real estate industry. I saw my parents doing it, and I said, gosh, I should join this revolution, and saw what we have today, which is a booming real estate market. So about a year and a half ago, was kind of following the development process with a lot of the different developers and some of the new technologies, some of the new trends that we were starting to see. And we put together our company, HYGEA Development, HYGEA meaning the Greek goddess of health and wellness. And we put together a team of experts that build homes, from engineering to interior design, architectural, automation, health and wellness experts, fitness experts, pool and landscape, just about everything under the sun in terms of building, and including you, Nick. You're one of our marketing partners, you and your Sotheby's team. And we put HYGEA Development together, and we're really just starting to launch our team.
Excellent. Now, share with our audience, if you would, Rob, what makes this company different? What makes you guys so unique?
Right, great question. Like I was mentioning, the trend right now, what we're starting to see is real estate has been an industry for many, many years, right? And it's going to continue to be one of those large asset classes. But what we're starting to see, and we were talking about it before the show started here, where a lot of the millennials, they're coming in and they're kind of taking over the old homes, they're rebuilding them. And one of the big trends that we're seeing is health and wellness and fitness. People want to have better lives. They want to have less sicknesses. They want to have better air quality, water quality, lighting in their homes if they can. And so when we got together, we said we're going to build homes that are not just nice and luxurious and are designed to look fantastic, but we're going to design homes that have health and wellness components along with fitness and automation and smart technologies. So it's a trend that we see that I think is really going to take off in years to come. And we feel that we're kind of on the forefront right now of getting that started here in Southern California, and we would love to expand and do homes, not just throughout the nation, but internationally as well.
Excellent. Now, I know, obviously a lot about HYGEA, and that's why I was super excited that, that you guys selected me to work with you. If you would, share with us just about the lighting alone, because that's really kind of what made the light bulb over my head go, wow, right? So share with our good listeners the difference between a HYGEA home's lighting versus just, another maybe new property they may buy or just their existing home.
Absolutely. So there's a whole new building standard in the build industry. It's called the WELL Building Standard. And what they've done is they've really taken a look at some of the components of building a house like lighting. And I think it was about 13, 14 years ago, they discovered that circadian lighting is a form of lighting that really works with our circadian rhythm. For thousands of years, we had cavemen and people out there that had to live off of natural lights. So your light in the morning obviously is different from your light during the day and your light at night. So through this scientific study, we found that circadian rhythms and circadian lighting in the morning, if you emulate that, it helps to ignite your hormones. In the mornings, you have serotonin, which helps you to focus and be energized during the day. And as that light gets more intense during the middle of the day, that the serotonins give you more focus, more energy, and at night, it starts to ignite your melatonins to help you get a little bit more comfortable for sleeping and resting. And that's a big part of it too, is that part of this whole wellness component is getting good sleep. And so most people, they wake up in the middle of the night, they don't sleep real well, and it affects them during the day. And through studies with the Mayo Clinic and the Cleveland Clinic, they've found that people that don't get great sleep or don't have great lighting in their house or at their work are prone to get more sicknesses and diseases and cancers and things of that sort. So having this discovery some years back is definitely something that we want to integrate into the homes and properties and boutique hotels and buildings that our company will be building in the future.
Absolutely. So I remember the conversation we had probably about a month and a half ago, and what you shared with me that was so eye-opening for me was that, some people, for example, want to go to bed at 10:30 in the evening. And typically what they do is, they're up doing their thing, and 10 o'clock, the lights are all on, they shut the lights off and they go lay down. And obviously by the time their body kind of goes down and shuts down, they may go through to a REM 1, 2, 3 sleep. It could be a long time. So basically they're forcing their body to go from being fully alert and awake to go completely down to a resting phase. And what you shared with me, Rob, was, they can program the lighting where, if they have to go to bed at 10, maybe starting 8:45, the lights, they're in smart intelligent technology, and they slowly start dimming down, so the body starts mimicking almost like as if it was, sunshine out there. As the sun goes down, the body starts recognizing it naturally and starts, going more into a little bit of a resting phase until the lights are out. Then you're able to go down and fall asleep a lot faster, correct?
Absolutely. So like we were talking about the science of our hormones, at night, your body starts to release melatonin, which helps you to sleep. And a lot of people take melatonins and things of that sort. So aside from that being really cool, how the lighting will help you to get comfortable and prepared for sleep, I forgot to mention that in the middle of the night, you can use through automation, you can also use specific lighting that has that melatonin igniting light to, when you go to the bathroom, it'll give you a trail to the restroom. You can automate it so maybe for 10 minutes while you're in the restroom, you come back. It's not that bright white light that people typically have in their homes. And when you go back to sleep, you're already comforted. You've got the melatonin still flowing within your body, and you can comfortably go back to sleep. And that's really important because you don't want to wake up the next day and be tired for your work and not be focused and not be productive.
That's just music to my ears, because so many times, for example, I get up to go to the bathroom. Either I'm doing it in the dark, I run into things and I stuff my toes, or if I turn the light on, like you just mentioned, now I'm almost fully awake. It'll take me another 30, 45 minutes to go down. So it's just really life-changing things with regards to HYGEA, and that's why I'm so excited, for your company, for what you do as it's rolling out, in the world. So that being said, what else? What about the building components of it? Can you share a little bit of that with us, please?
Absolutely. So we work with a number of different clients. We work with clients that want to build their dream homes, or we work with clients that want to just kind of refresh their home. And we're talking to some developers right now that we're working with that we're looking at building boutique hotels and commercial buildings as well. So we assembled a team directly from a relationship that we had with Govis Engineering, which we have a good mutual friend, Al, who's part of our team. And we kind of put that together as our headquarters and started building a team from there. So we have in-house, we have civil engineers, we have structural engineers, we've got some of the greatest architects and designers out there. Jeff Summich of Summich Design, Kenneth Yusenko, John Arnold Garcia, Sam Monfared of Carpira. We have automation experts, health and wellness, outdoor concepts for our pools and our landscape. And then, of course, I mentioned earlier, we have our marketing team with your team at Sotheby's and our internal HYGEA marketing team as well. So we've put together what we think is an all-star cast to be able to help people start directly from the beginning of conceptual and feasibility and go all the way through to actually building and constructing their homes as well.
Absolutely. Now, can you also share with our audience a little bit with regards to going into existing homes and re-renovating them and basically making them a HYGEA property?
Absolutely. So what we'll do if we're working with a client that maybe wants to refresh their house is we'll go in and we'll take a look at their existing air conditioning systems, their design. We'll try and refresh the house so it's got more of maybe a little bit more of a modern, contemporary type of a look. Very light. We'll work with the client to see exactly what their outcome is for that property. And then we'll help to replace the lighting, the water filtration systems. We might ask the client if they want to add a health and wellness component with gyms and spas and things of that sort. And in the end, we generally come up with a house or a product that looks fantastic, that is health conscious, fitness conscious, and has a higher return on that investment also.
Terrific. Yeah, I mean, this is just such an incredible concept, really very futuristic. And you guys are really the only ones that I know of that have rolled this out successfully. And now you have, like you mentioned, you have big outfits, big hotels, big corporations obviously are coming to you guys to roll this out because naturally it increases the productivity of the employees when they're in a place that is harmonious to them, where they can, their output, their performance is the best that you can get out of that particular employee. So, man, what an exciting time we're in. What exciting technology. So that being said, Rob, we're gonna take a quick break here, and I'm so excited to come back and ask you some more really good questions for our audience.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to run a few laps and I'll be here. So
sounds good.
When you use the Premier Rewards Gold Card from American Express, the rewards points can keep on multiplying. Buy 3 with triple points on airfare. Buy 2 with double points on gas and groceries. And a single point for pretty much every other dollar you spend on the card. Then, start choosing from over 1 million rewards to redeem all those points. Apply today and the annual fee for the first year is on us. Call 1-800-AXP-GOLD or visit axpgold.com. The annual fee for the card is $175. See terms, conditions, and restrictions at axpgold.com.
Imagine what it would feel like to lose everything. Your job, your home, your family, your dignity. This has happened to thousands of the men, women, veterans, and young adults we serve at Working Wardrobes. What do we do to help? We provide career development services, life skills workshops, job skills training. We provide the perfect interview outfit, and we get clients placed in jobs. Call Working Wardrobes, 714-210-2460. Donate, volunteer, invest, hire.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. My guest here, Rob Frias. We're going to pick up right where we left off. So, Rob, please, you answered the questions with regards to lighting. Now, can you kind of go in a little bit of a detail with regards to just a building component? For example, the concrete, the walls, the things you guys do that make the house a lot healthier for the homeowners.
Absolutely. So we have a few different partners that we work with. And a couple of the other components will be like your air filtration systems. We work with partners that have triple air filtration systems to make sure that we're not getting harmful particles and bad air and things of that sort that we typically do have in our homes. And the same thing with water. Triple water filtration systems. We make sure that the water doesn't go stagnant, that a lot of the spores, the particles, parts per millions, things of that sort, are taken out of the water before it hits your family and your child and, in the shower and drinking and things of that sort. And the other great part of this that we haven't spoken about yet is the monitoring systems. So there's monitoring systems out there through a couple of the partnerships that we have that are able to monitor the air quality and to help remediate any issues that it finds with the air quality. And here in Southern California, where we're at, we get the Santa Ana winds, we get pollens and things that go through our air that sometimes make our indoor conditions less healthy than they are outdoor. And the same thing with our water. The water companies do a great job of transferring the water to our homes, but if we take a look at different zip codes, sometimes different blocks. Sometimes that water quality isn't fantastic. And so these monitoring systems, what they do is they actually monitor the air, they monitor the water, and they help to remediate any issues so we get the purest water, we get the purest air, and we get the best light, best thermal conditions, things of that sort, which is really important.
Absolutely. For example, like we spoke before, concrete, for example, can give out a certain amount of fumes that is not good for us. So just to be able to mitigate that, the water, the city I live in, for example, there's a lot of people get what's called pinhole leaks, and pinhole leaks is basically when pipes, either in the wall or in the foundation, get this little, exactly what is called a pinhole leak in them. And most people really don't know what it is, but eventually they get it patched a few times and they may have to repipe the entire home. The reason for that is they get what's called TDS, transferred dissolved solids, and an average TDS number ratio is about 30 to 34. So typically we want to keep make sure the water is under 40 TDS. Unbeknownst to me, the city that I live in, that I'm not going to name, the TDS is over 400.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so a lot of us out there that are just living our daily lives, we don't even know these things, but it's so important. The water that we shower with, that hits our skin, we drink, the air we breathe in our home, the lighting, all these things affect us in a big way, and most of us just going about our daily ways and we don't know that. So kudos to you, man. What a good thing you're doing. You're helping people. You're making people, having better lives in every which way. So that's really commendable. So Rob, that being said, who would you say are your top 2 or 3 clients that you guys have served and are in the process of putting contracts together to be able to roll this out with regards to communities?
Absolutely. So I think there's probably 3. Ultimately, the best client for us is that the person that's looking to build their dream home. And they want to have not only a luxurious, beautiful design, but they want to have all the extras. They want the automation. They want the fantastic interior design. They want to have the energy efficiencies, the health wellness component as well. They want their built-in spas, their gyms. I was showing you before the show started one of the new companies that we're looking into that has just some fantastic technology for building these indoor gym facilities. So I think first and foremost, it's probably that client that is looking for, maybe something in a luxury community that they're looking for their dream home, or maybe they're looking for their second home out in the desert. I spent a lot of time out there last year marketing some homes, and that's just a fantastic area to be in. And there's a lot of pollution and pollens and bad water and things of that sort that we could go in and just really help people build their dream second homes when they go out to stay in locations like that. Arizona, and internationally, we're looking at doing homes and communities internationally. We're just in the beginning phases right now, but I would love to see us in 3 to 5 years working in different countries as well. So the second person I think would be those that have lived in their houses or have had their family house for 40, 50, 60 years. And now the kids have taken over the home and they're looking to do kind of a light construction on it and go in and make all these improvements. So their house will be relevant for the next 20, 30, 40 years. So that's the second type of client. And the one that I think I'm the most excited about is we're talking to some investors right now at building some of these communities that will be able to house 20, 30, 40 homes in a community that's built around health, wellness, fitness, smart technologies with like-minded individuals. And that's something that I'm really looking forward to putting together.
I know. I mean, that's the first, when we first met, I knew I met someone special because you are a big, you're a big visionary. So, again, it's just amazing to see your vision and what you have done so far and where you're taking the company. That being said, can you share with our audience, because I'm sure everybody's probably thinking, God, what is this going to cost me, right? And I was kind of honestly floored when I knew it wasn't something crazy or astronomical. Can you share in general, what is the cost, for someone that has owned a home for 30, 40, 50 years to convert their home to a HYGEA friendly property?
So that's a good question. And the answer is it could vary. It could be the exact same cost as what it would cost for somebody to rebuild their home. Or it could be, depending on the upgrades, if you wanted to have the internal monitoring systems, things of that sort that tell you about the off gases and the VOCs and are able to remediate those issues, it may cost, the difference might be $15 to $20 per square foot more than your typical build. So you would kind of do the math. But it's funny because one of the things that I'm hearing out there right now is that not only the millennials and the wealthy and the aspiring, they all kind of think this way, is the new luxury, the new wealth of tomorrow is really our health and wellness and quality of life. That's really the next luxury phase. So maybe for a couple dollars more, or in some cases, like I said, if it costs the exact same amount, you just replace the HVAC systems, the lighting systems, and the water filtration systems. You put your own home gym or home spa instead of spending $300-400 for a private membership someplace. That cost could be exactly the same as what it would cost to work with just a developer who's going to build you a nice home, but might not have these other components.
Absolutely. And you said it, Rob. The new wealth is really our health. You know, everybody's becoming more evolved and they're recognizing that happiness is not out there somewhere in a nice house or a crazy fancy car. It's really within us. And the only thing we have is our health. So it's just so exciting to see this roll out. When do you see this kind of be mainstream to roll out, with every developer in the country and everybody that does remodeling is going to be part of the package baked in a cake, for the lack of better terms?
Well, we've partnered up with a couple of the companies that are actually getting the word out right now and working with some of these big developers of production homes. So you're going to start seeing them show up probably relatively sooner rather than later. You'll probably see some of the houses, the individual houses, the luxury properties that we're talking about in some of the rebuilds that we're working with now, and some of the actual built from scratch luxury homes that not only our company is doing, but some of the ones that we're working with are doing. Mainstream, I would say in the next, really keep an eye out for the next year and a half, 2 years, 3 years, and you'll probably see the whole wellness building standard really becoming something that's very popular out there. And you're going to start to see a lot of these homes that have the smart home technologies being integrated into these homes, along with the personal gyms and the spas and the things that help you to relax and rejuvenate as well.
Excellent. And what would you say has been your biggest motivation or inspiration to roll this out, Rob?
I don't know if I could put it on one thing, but it's not easy to put together something like this. And I think we've been working on this for about an hour and a half, about a year and a half. And my father passed away about a year ago. And, in just about any industry that you're involved in, you get beat up, you get knocked down, you get a lot of naysayers. And I've been watching a lot of motivational videos. Some of my heroes growing up with, I studied film when I was younger. And I listen to guys like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone and The Rock. And all three of those guys talk about how they got beat up, naysayers, time after time after time. And you just got to get up, you got to dust yourself off, and you got to walk right back into that room where the people told you no. And you got to come up with a better idea. You can't quit. You got to keep going. And I feel so strongly about this movement that we're not going to quit. We're going to keep making successes. And when we do get knocked down, we're going to get up. It's going to make us stronger.
Absolutely. Now, Rob, if our audience want to reach you, what's the best way for them to contact you?
The best way to contact me I've got my personal Magic Mike website that I work out and do all that kind of stuff. But no, kidding aside, we've got the HYGEA Development website. And the spelling of HYGEA is HYGEA and then dev.com. So it's HYGEADev.com. And I'll just tell you a quick story about HYGEA. It means the Greek goddess of health and wellness. So even in our name, we're kind of showing that that's what we're trying to accomplish, is better health, better wellness, better fitness, better quality of life for our clients and the homes that we build.
Well, you know what? I have no doubt in my mind that you're going to be just a big name, big household name, just a matter of time, because I've seen the team that you've put together. I've met them, and it's really the who of home building, and everybody is behind you, supportive of you. So it's just it's just really a matter of time till this thing is mainstream in every property. So that being said, that pretty much wraps this episode of the NRG Podcast. Rob, I want to sincerely thank you for your time and to chatting with us today and sharing HYGEA with all of our audience. It's just been an absolute pleasure to have you and know you, and to actually be part of your organization as well.
Yeah, well, it's my pleasure. I enjoyed coming out and talking about something that I'm very passionate about. So thank you very much for having me.
We appreciate you listening, and remember, you can catch up on all the episodes on Podbean. Stay tuned for our next featured guest, who is going to be someone just as dynamic as Rob, if you believe that or not. Well, maybe a little bit less. I'm so super excited to have them on here. And again, thank you, our listeners. Till our next episode, have a blessed day.
Stay tuned for the next NRG Podcast episode, live every Thursday at 2 p.m. on OC Talk Radio. Follow host Nick Roshdi on Instagram and visit nickroshdigroup.com to explore his real estate endeavors. Interested in being a guest on the show? Message Nick on Facebook.
Whether you're producing a seminar series, users conference, lunch and learn, or exhibiting at a trade show, Validar has a solution. From capturing leads at trade shows to managing on-site registration, tracking session attendance, gathering information,